I mean, I haven't looked at this doc, so I'll see what has Dakor prepared for us.
So he's prepared for us some stuff about the potential upcoming changes to what you were talking about last week, which is your Praetorium stuff.
Yes.
So Cape Westwind, Castrum, Meridianum, and Praetorium are likely, based on what UCP has said, both August 2020 and in the JP server live stream last week, after 6.0, they'll be changing stuff up because he said this might be the last time you'd experience Cape Westwind in this way when he was doing it live on stream.
Interesting.
So that's what he's prepared for us. If you want to go through for a little bit more color, but
there's a patch 5.3 interview with Yoshi P, 14th of August 2020, just to showing that this is in their mind. So, will Castrum, Meridium, and Praetorium see changes, whether it's skippable cutscenes or alternatives? Yoshi P, I do apologize, but we will not be reworking those two dungeons just yet. We believe minor fixes to these dungeons are not feasible, and it will be necessary to either completely remake them as 4-player dungeons or incorporate the trust system so they can be cleared on a solo basis. Although we didn't have the costs reserved for the rework on this occasion, we do plan to work on them at some point. Please wait a little longer for this. Note that this was conducted in the early times of COVID. So yeah, not being the highest priority, of course, given that they have Endwalker to happen. So that's that with Praetorium. It's kind of weird because from my read of this, Praetorium is not ideal for a new player.
Yeah.
Now it for me it basically did work because I don't know what to say. I did not have a perfect run. I also was able to engage the human brain and catch up with people. Not perfect, but I got the full story. I got all of that stuff. The things that they wanted to hit, they did hit. So that was that, and I was happy enough with it. Now for the people then who, they get Praetorium in the MSQ, like roulette. Yeah, it's a bit weird because from what I see with the FF community, some people, but basically it gives you so much XP that you don't feel like you're being fucked over by it. Yeah. That's like thing number one. Now, whether that's a good experience or a bad experience seems to depend on whether people have got a Netflix tab open or maybe, have like, a Hoover and, a washing cloth near them so they can do some chores. But that seems to be that. It doesn't seem like the most pressing problem. I don't know. Like, would people quit over that? I'm sure some people would, but those are going to be more low commitment players. It's not ideal, but it should definitely be fixed.
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, the first time I played Praetorium was 3 point something. It was in Heavensward time, many years ago, and it did drastically ruin my whole experience of the game, and I took some time away from it as a result because I was really frustrated at how scuffed the way with the skippable cutscenes, the way I got a scuffed version of the narrative climax.
Yeah.
And then they made it unskippable at the end of Stormblood, solving that problem, and then giving people loads of XP, all the reasons, because, I mean, the fundamental reason it's like this is because they haven't fixed it yet, and they need people in the queue, so they give you loads of XP for sitting through cutscenes. Yeah. And most people are like, fine. It's like, would it be better if they made very minor fixes, such as dropping the item level sync down substantially so fights take longer? Would it be better? Probably feel a little better, but that's a fix they haven't bothered making because a lot of people just want to kind of get through it. The narrative's largely intact, and they're working on it, because if you scroll down a little bit, you will see there's a continuation when he talks about the JP server stress test.
Right. So this is about 6.0 onwards, but we're planning a lot of things, and one of them is there's a possibility we'll be changing Cape Westwind fight in some ways. So it's possible that this might be the last time you can experience the fight in this way. And, the interviewer laughs. Yeah, we're planning a lot of changes after the 6.0 patch. Is one of the things that might happen. Yeah, Cape Westwind, basically, you queue in and it just falls over, and that's that.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a meme. Yeah, so it's the last three parts of 2.0 are 8 players. there's the 8-player trial of Cape Westwind, 8-player dungeon of Meridianum, and then there's the 8-player dungeon of Praetorium. And like they were talking about 5.3, if Yoshi P said, this might be the last time you'll be able to play Cape Westwind in this way, then he might be meaning that 6.1 or 6.2 will see the changes that they're throwing in to make that 2.0 end actually better.
Yeah.
So rip to the memes, but
basically it's like, this is not a massive, it is a problem, but it's one that they seem to be very aware of, and I guess I've got solutions in mind for. It's just, they also have got to ship the expansion soon. And sometimes, part of leadership is working out what fires to let burn. Because if you split your attention between every single fire, but you do not weight that based on the importance of putting that fire out, then you will have a inefficient allocation of capital and, human time resources and stuff. So, you got to choose the right fire to put out and the right fires to let burn. So that's basically the situation with that.